We're going to look at where to stay in Santiago, Chile, which are the best neighborhoods to stay in, and tips on hotels that are in the best locations in the city. The three main areas to stay in Santiago are the Central Region, which is where the historic center and other neighborhoods that make up downtown Santiago are located, the Los Condes and Vitacura region, which is the newest, most modern, and luxurious part of the city, and the Providencia region, which serves as a transition between the older, historic part and the newer, more modern part of the city. These 12 numbers you see here on the map represent the hotels that we'll be looking at throughout the video, and which I consider to be the 12 best hotels to stay at in Santiago. There are options for all types of travelers, from hostels to 5-star hotels. The list with links to these 12 hotels, so you can check prices, see photos, and get more information, is available through the QR code showing on the screen, as well as in the video description and the first comment. We also have a list of the top 5 budget hotels in Santiago. These are simpler and very affordable hotels. The list with links to these 5 hotels is available through the other QR code on the screen, as well as in the video description and the first comment. So let's start here with accommodation 1, which is located in Santiago's historic downtown. So the central region of Santiago is basically this area right here, okay? From a tourist perspective, okay, it would be roughly this region here. And accommodation 1 is located in the historic downtown, which is about this area right here. So the historic downtown is the oldest and most historic part of the city, with lots of cultural and historical attractions, and it has a busy commercial and tourist atmosphere during the day, but it's a quieter area at night, okay? Some areas are run down and even a bit unsafe to walk around at night, but accommodation 1 is in the best location in the historic downtown, okay? And the historic downtown and central region of Santiago, in general, are some of the cheapest areas to stay in the city. So there's a predominance of older and more budget-friendly hotels there, all right? The main advantage is that you'll be closer to most of the historical and cultural attractions. It can be a good option for those who don't know Santiago and are visiting the city for the first time. And it's also the area with the best public transportation options, with several stations and metro lines that make it easy to get around to different parts of the city. Let's zoom in here. So look, accommodation 1 is right here and it's an amazing location, okay? It's really close here. Look to the La Moneda Palace, which is the presidential palace, the seat of the presidency of Chile. The La Moneda Cultural Center is right here. The Plaza de Armas of Santiago is here, which is the city's main square. The Santiago Cathedral is here. Here's the Chilean Museum of Pre-Columbian Art, which is a really cool museum. The Central Market of Santiago, which is a food market with typical local products. So this area here, where accommodation 1 is the best place to stay in downtown Santiago, okay? It's located between 2 metro stations, Plaza de Armas station, which is on the green line that runs through downtown Santiago, and La Moneda station, which is the best station because it's on the red line and serves tourists better. The red line goes all the way to the Providencia area and then onto Los Condes, the more modern part of Santiago. So Hospedajamam is about 300 to 400 meters from one station and 500 meters from the other. That means you can choose between 2 different metro lines to get around the city. Right here is Avenida Bernardo O'Higgins, which is known as Alameda, the main and most famous avenue in downtown Santiago. And it's located right here, close to Calle Augustinas, which is the area where you'll find several currency exchange houses in Santiago. This whole central area has lots of stores, businesses, and several shopping galleries and small malls that are really busy on weekdays, okay? But it's an area that gets much emptier on Sundays, weekends, and also at night. So let's take a look at Hospedajamam. And it's the PANAMERICANO Hotel. It's a 3-star hotel, rated 8.8 on Booking. It's one of the highest rated hotels by guests in Santiago's historic downtown. So it's a hotel that offers one of the best value for money options in the historic center, okay? It's located in one of the best spots in Santiago's historic downtown. It has a restaurant and offers breakfast. So it's an accommodation for those who want to stay right in the heart of the city, okay? Close to the main historical and cultural attractions, and also near metro stations. The links for you to check hotel prices are in the QR code on the screen, and you can also find them in the video description and in the first comment. So now let's move on to accommodation number 2 on our list, which is still in the central region of Santiago, but in a different neighborhood. More or less this area right here is part of the neighborhood known as Bellas Arts, which is next to the historic downtown, okay? So here you can walk all around the historic center, and it's right next to the Lastarria neighborhood, which is just over here and is the best part of the historic center. We'll talk more about it in accommodation number 3. So, accommodation number 2, which is here in Bellas Arts, is right at the transition between the historic center and Lastarria. So it's a really great location, okay? You can walk all around the historic center and also through Lastarria, which is a neighborhood with a lively nightlife, all right? And Bellas Arts is right at the foot of Cerro Santa Lucia, which is a hill that's one of the main attractions in downtown Santiago. Right here, you have Parque Forestal, which is a very beautiful and charming park. And right next to Parque Forestal, let me zoom in, you'll find 2 really cool museums, the National Museum of Fine Arts and the MAC, the Museum of Contemporary Art. So Bellas Arts, where accommodation number 2 is located, has a really great location here in the central area of Santiago. And accommodation number 2 is located between 2 metro stations, Bellas Arts, which is on the green line that runs along here, and Santa Lucia, which is on the red line. The best one for tourists because it goes to Providencia and Los Condes. So accommodation number 2 is in a really great location, and let's take a look at it. It's the Parque Plaza Apart Hotel. It's a 3-star apart hotel with an 8.5 rating on Booking. Let's take a look at the photos. So, it's an apart hotel that has rooms with a kitchenette, okay? The rooms include a kitchen. It has a really great location in the central area of Santiago. Look, here are the rooms with a kitchen. They don't serve breakfast, but every day, the day before, a snack with some food and drink options is left in your room so you can have breakfast the next morning. So it's an option in the Bellas Arts neighborhood in the central area of Santiago. So now let's move on to the third accommodation on our list, which is in the Lastarria neighborhood, which is roughly this area here and is the best place to stay in central Santiago. It's the most charming neighborhood and has the liveliest nightlife in central Santiago and one of the most vibrant in the whole city. Lastarria is a neighborhood with a more European atmosphere, narrow streets, old buildings, and a really charming, cozy vibe with lots of bars, restaurants, galleries, coffee shops, and also street markets. It's a very vibrant neighborhood with a lot of nightlife. Here in Lastarria, you'll find the Gabriela Mistral Cultural Center, which is a really cool attraction in central Santiago. It's also right next to Cerro Santa Lucia, Parque Forestal, and lodging number 3 is located between 2 metro stations, Bellas Arts and Universidad Católica, where the red line runs all the way to Providencia and Los Condes. The location of lodging number 3 is amazing because it's on the main street here in Lastarria, Jose Victorino Lastarria Street. So this is the main street of the neighborhood, and it has, look, a huge number of bars and restaurants, okay? So let's check out lodging number 3. It's the Hotel Cumbres Lastarria. It's a 4-star hotel rated 8.9, which is a very good score on Booking. So it's a boutique hotel with a unique design, okay? Lastarria has some really charming streets, you know? It's a really pleasant place to walk around, to stroll, to go out at night. Hotel Cumbres Lastarria has rooms. There are options for spacious and cozy rooms. It has a pool with a beautiful view. Here, look, I believe that's Cerro Santa Lucia. Look, it's got a really cool atmosphere. It has a restaurant and a gym. This is the hotel, see? And this is Calle Jose Victorino Lastarria, which is the main street. So, it's a very charming, sophisticated hotel. Here, look, you get a view of the Andes Mountains in the background, really beautiful. So, it's one of the best hotels here in downtown Santiago with an amazing location. Just a reminder, the list with links to the hotels is in the video description, in the first comment, and also in the QR code on the screen. So now let's move on to accommodation number 4, which is right here, close to Santiago's historic center. So, this area is more or less on the border, okay? Accommodations 4 and 5 are more or less on the border between the downtown area and the Providencia neighborhood. But Providencia is a pretty big neighborhood, so accommodations 4 and 5 are actually more connected to Santiago's downtown area, okay? That's why we're grouping them here, closer to the downtown area. And accommodation number 4 is located right near the BAQUEDANO metro station, which is one of the best in the city because 2 lines run through it. The green line goes straight to the heart of the historic center, and the red line also passes through the downtown area. The historic center continues through Providencia and goes all the way to Los Condes. So you're close to BAQUEDANO station here, which is an excellent station. Here, with just a little bit of effort, you can also walk to Lastarria, which is the neighborhood with nightlife, and even to the central area of Santiago, right here in the historic center. And on the other side of the Mapocho River is Bellavista, which is another neighborhood with a lively nightlife in Santiago. We'll talk more about it here later. So from both lodging option 3 and 4, you can walk to the Bellavista area. It's about a kilometer walk, more or less, okay? Or you can take a short ride using an app or a taxi. This area around lodging option 4 is really nice, okay? It's a residential and commercial area. There are some options for shopping, bars, and restaurants. But the best thing here is really to get around to other parts of downtown Santiago. So let's check out lodging option 4. It's Hostal Providencia. It has a rating of 8.7 on Booking, and it's a hostel with both private and shared rooms. So, it's one of the best hostels in Santiago. It has a really spacious atmosphere and good infrastructure, okay? So, for the private room option, it has a shared courtyard here, and it's a hostel that offers a lot of activities for guests. So every day there are activities among the guests, which is really cool. Here is an example of a private room option. It also has a shared kitchen and a bar. Look, here's the kitchen. So it's an excellent option right next to downtown Santiago, okay? And now let's move on to accommodation number 5, which is in Bellavista, a neighborhood also right next to downtown Santiago, and it is one of the liveliest nightlife scenes in the city, okay? Here in Bellavista, you will also be very close to La Chascona, which is Pablo Neruda's house museum, a really cool attraction, and right at the foot of Cerro San Cristobal, which is one of the main leisure areas here, one of Santiago's top attractions. So it's located inside the Metropolitan Park. It's a pretty big area, okay? There are several entrances to Cerro San Cristobal, but the Bellavista area, which is lodging option number 5, is right where the funicular exit is. So the Cerro San Cristobal funicular is here, and with it you can go all the way up to the top of Cerro San Cristobal. There's also a stop here at the National Zoo, and this is where you get off the funicular. This is where the Cerro San Cristobal Sanctuary is located. And here you'll also find one of the 3 cable car stations in Santiago. And it goes on to other stations, right? You can catch the cable car here. Let me zoom in a little bit here. So you can, catch the cable car here. There's another station here called Tuparu. You can get off here or you can come here to the Oasis cable car station. So here you can get off. In fact, you'll be really close to the Costanera Center here, but we'll explain this whole area here in more detail later, okay? So, accommodation number 5, here in Bellavista, has an amazing location for you to explore this part of Santiago. You can also walk from here to the nightlife area in Lastarria and explore the downtown area of Santiago. Here in the historic center, if you're up for it, you can walk everywhere around here. The closest metro station is BAQUEDANO. It's about 700 meters away, okay? But BAQUEDANO is actually one of the best metro stations in Santiago. The nightlife here in Bellavista is mainly concentrated in this area, okay? Most of the restaurants are located here on Constitution and Pio Nono. And right here is Patio Bellavista, which is an open-air dining area with lots of bars and restaurants. So, it's one of the main nightlife spots in Santiago. In fact, there are also a lot of clubs and night spots here, okay? One downside of staying in this area is the noise from the clubs and night spots, which can go on into the early morning. So let's take a look at accommodation number 5. It's the PARIWANA Hostel Santiago. It has a rating of 8.6 on Booking. And it's a hostel that also offers both private and shared rooms, okay? It's a hostel with a lively atmosphere. It has a bar and also a kitchen. And it also organizes various activities for the guests. Here's a list, right, of the activities, a schedule with the events they offer. So, this hostel is for those who want a livelier environment in one of Santiago's main nightlife areas and who want to interact with people from all over the world. Now, let's move on with our list. Now we're going to accommodation number 6, which is located here in Providencia, okay? So, Providencia is basically a huge area that covers all of this region here, okay? Actually, even accommodation number 5 technically belongs to Providencia, but it's more connected to the downtown area. But anyway, Providencia is a huge region that serves as a transition between the older, historic part and the newer, more modern part of Santiago. It's an amazing area to stay in. It's the area where most of the hotels in Santiago are located. So the concentration of hotels here is huge. The geographic location is excellent because from here you can easily get to both the downtown area and the more modern part of the city. And the red metro line runs through it. So there are several metro stations here where you can go directly without transfers both to the downtown area and to the newer, more modern part of the city. So Providencia is a neighborhood with an excellent location. It's a commercial and residential area with a cozier atmosphere, okay? Really pleasant and safe. So you can walk around both during the day and at night. There are lots of options for shops, supermarkets, bars, and restaurants. It has a really cool vibe. Without a doubt, it's one of the best places to stay in Santiago. One downside of Providencia is that it doesn't have that many tourist attractions, okay? It's really more of a location for you to be in a great environment and in an excellent geographic spot for getting around the city. So let's zoom in here to accommodation number 6, which is right here, near the Manuel Montt metro station, so you can easily get around to the main parts of the city, okay? And this is a really good area to stay in, all right? With plenty of options for shopping, bars, and restaurants. Let's take a look at accommodation number 6. It's the IBIS Budget Santiago Providencia. It has a rating of 8 on Booking. And the IBIS Budget is a very budget-friendly option from the IBIS chain, okay? So here's the hotel. So this area here is Providencia. The IBIS Budget has pretty compact rooms, all right? So the rooms are compact and economical. They offer breakfast. The hotel also has a restaurant, okay? Look, the rooms are really compact, all right? There's also a convenience store. So it's a budget-friendly option for those who want to stay in a really great location in the Providencia neighborhood in Santiago. Now let's move on to accommodation number 7 on our list, still here in Providencia. So accommodation number 7 is right here, in an excellent location as well, with plenty of options for shopping, bars, and restaurants. And it's about 300 to 400 meters away from the Pedro de Valdivia metro station, okay? So it's also on the red line, all right? And this area here is the main area of Providencia, okay? The heart of the neighborhood. So it's a really great location to stay in. Let's check out accommodation number 7. It's ALMASUR Providencia. It's a 4-star hotel rated 9.2 on Booking. It's one of the highest rated hotels in Providencia, and I think it's the top rated one on our list of 12 hotels. And it's a very charming, modern, and cozy hotel. It has a really modern architecture, as you can see. The rooms are very pleasant. It has a pool, a restaurant, a gym, and a bar. So here, look, the hotel is right here, and this area of Providencia, the Costanera Center, is already nearby, so it's an excellent option right in the heart of Providencia. They also have room options with a kitchen, okay, for those who need it. So let's keep going in Providencia. This is lodging number 8, but it's already right on the border of Providencia, which is over here, with the Los Condes area, which is over there. So this area here is already a modern area. So lodging number 8 is already in the more modern part of Providencia, okay? It's more integrated here with Los Condes. And lodging number 8 is located in the Costanera Center, which is the most famous building in Santiago. It's one of the tallest towers in Latin America and is where you'll find Sky Costanera, the observation deck at the top with an amazing panoramic view of Santiago and the Andes Mountains. Also in the Costanera Center is the CENCO Costanera, which is a mall with lots of shopping and dining options, and it's one of the main malls in Santiago. Here you'll find the Tobalaba metro station on the red line. So it's an excellent line because you can go all the way to Los Condes, which is the modern area, and you can also travel through all of Providencia and even to downtown Santiago without having to transfer. Right nearby, look, is the main entrance to Cerro San Cristobal, right here. And here is the Oasis station of the Santiago cable car. So you can hop on here and travel all around Cerro San Cristobal, getting close to the funicular as well. Another interesting detail about the Tobalaba station area is that from here you can visit on your own 2 of the most famous wineries in Santiago. So the Tobalaba station is right here, and from it the blue metro line departs, okay? It's a pretty long line, and from there, by combining the metro with Uber or any ride-hailing app, you can visit either the Cusino Mackel Winery or the Concha Y Toro Winery. And you can do all this on your own, all right? Now let's zoom in here to lodging number 8, which is in this area. And this is an area with lots of shopping options, bars, and restaurants as well, okay? So let's take a look at lodging number 8. It's the AC Hotel by Marriott Santiago CENCO Costanera, a 4-star hotel rated 9 on Booking, and it's highly rated by guests. The main highlight is that it's located in the Costanera Center, so it's actually inside the Costanera Center complex. It has direct access to the Costanera shopping mall, okay? So that's a big advantage. It's a modern hotel. It has a rooftop bar with an amazing view of Santiago, okay? So the location is fantastic, and the hotel is really modern. The downside is that if you want to get a taxi or use a ride app like Uber, it's not ideally located for that. You need to walk a little bit to reach a spot where you can catch a taxi or a ride service. But it does have that amazing location right inside the Costanera Center complex, after all. And now we're moving on to lodging number 9, which is already in the Los Condes area. So let me give you a rough idea of where this area is, okay? This part is the newest, most modern, and luxurious area of Santiago, all right? So this area here is Los Condes, and over here is Vitacura, okay? But lodging number 9 is in the El Golf neighborhood, which is part of Los Condes, okay? So let's zoom in a little here so I can explain it better. So, look, the heart of Los Condes is here at lodging number 10. We'll talk about that in a bit. And lodging number 9 is in El Golf, which is one of the most modern and luxurious areas of Santiago. This area is Santiago's financial district, so there are a lot of corporate buildings, modern ones, with bold architecture, okay? Lots of tall buildings, but there are also some residential buildings. So this area here is really modern. And here, look, is Isidora Goicoechea Avenue, which is an area with lots of bars and restaurants, okay? Renowned, sophisticated ones. It's a very charming, safe, and tree-lined area. It's a delight to walk around this area, which also has lots of stores, designer shops, you know. It's a really charming and very elegant environment. One of the most beautiful parts of Santiago. Right near Isidora Goicoechea is Plaza Peru, which is right here, and it's a small square. It has a playground, and on Sundays there's a little antiques fair that takes place there. Look, there are plenty of bars and restaurants here, some of the most renowned in Santiago. And if you stay here at lodging number 9, you will be really close to the Tobalaba metro station and also close to the Costanera Center. So it's an amazing location. Let's take a look. It's the Plaza El Bosque EBRO. It's a 5-star hotel, rated 8.5 on Booking. Check out the photos. So look, the hotel is right here. The Plaza El Bosque EBRO. As you can see, it has a bold architectural style. It's an area with many tall, modern buildings. The Costanera Center is here. It's a large hotel with excellent infrastructure. It has a pool, a restaurant, and the pool is indoors. It has a restaurant, a bar, a gym, and several room options, including rooms with a small kitchen. Some of the rooms. So it has an amazing location here in Santiago's financial district, a great area for you to explore the city, full of bars and restaurants that are among the most famous and renowned here in Santiago. A very beautiful and elegant area. Now let's go to accommodation number 10, which is right here in the heart of Los Condes, okay? So accommodation 10 is here, and this area is the heart of the Los Condes neighborhood at the intersection of 3 avenues, Apoquindo Avenue, which is more commercial and a main thoroughfare, Alonso de Cordova, and Manque. So let me zoom in here. Via Apoquindo Avenue, you can quickly get to El Golf. Through Alonso de Cordova, you reach the heart of Vitacura, and via Manque Norte, you have access to Parque Arauco Mall and Araucano Park. So this area is also modern, safe, and charming, okay? Very elegant, with lots of shopping, bars, and restaurants, one of the best areas to stay in Santiago. And you'll be really close to the Manque metro station, which is on the red line that goes straight to El Golf, Providencia, and downtown Santiago without any transfers. So it's an amazing location to stay, okay? So let's check out accommodation number 10. It's the best Western Premier Marina Las Condes, a 4-star hotel with an 8.8 rating on Booking. Let's look at the photos. So, it's a modern hotel, okay? Located on Alonso de Cordova, which is one of the main avenues in this modern area of Santiago. It's a hotel that has a restaurant, a bar, it also has a pool, and it offers a gym. See, it's a really charming area, okay? Really nice and modern as well. So it's an excellent location to stay in this area, it's right in the most modern part of Santiago. And here, starting from accommodation number 10, you can even walk to Parque Araucano and a little further to the Parque Arauco Mall, which is where accommodation number 11 is located, okay? So, accommodation number 11 is right here, and it's next to a mall that's here, which is the Kennedy Mall, which was bought by Parque Arauco Mall, okay? So, Parque Arauco Mall is right here, and it's one of the biggest and best malls in Santiago. There are lots of shopping options, plenty of places to eat, including a boulevard with about 20 open-air bars and restaurants. It also has a luxury district with designer stores. And on the other side of the avenue here is the Kennedy Mall, which is now Parque Arauco Kennedy, since it was bought by Parque Arauco. It's a smaller mall, but it also has shopping and dining options. And accommodation number 11 is located in this mall, okay? Which is a big plus. Parque Araucano is right next door. It's a very beautiful, charming park, a really nice green area for strolling or walking. There's a big playground that's great for kids, and this is also where Kidzania Santiago is located, which is a place with really cool activities for children. The location is also very good for getting around the newer part of Santiago. This area isn't served by the subway, but with a short ride using a taxi app, you can get to the heart of Vitacura, the heart of Los Condes, or here in El Gulf, okay? So it's a fantastic location. Another detail is that you'll be a little closer. Look, you'll be a little closer here, to the exit toward the area where the ski resorts are. Valle Nevado, El Colorado, and Farallones, okay? So you'll already be at the exit, which means you'll save a little time here, right? And on traffic, right? You avoid a bit of traffic when heading out to the ski resorts. So let's check out accommodation number 11. It's the COURTYARD by Marriott Santiago Los Condes, a 4-star hotel rated 8.8 on Booking. It's a very modern hotel. Look, it has a pool, and it has, check this out, a really nice view of the Andes Mountains and the more modern part of Santiago, plus a gym. And it's located right here. See, the hotel is here, and this is Kennedy, right? Arauco Kennedy Park. So it's right next to the Parque Arauco Kennedy Shopping Mall. Look, the hotel is right here, and this whole area is the collection of shops and dining spots that are part of Parque Arauco Kennedy. And if you cross the avenue, you get to Shopping Parque Arauco, which is one of the biggest malls in Santiago. So it's an amazing location here in the newest, most modern, and luxurious part of Santiago. To wrap things up, let's move on to the 12th accommodation on our list of the best hotels in Santiago. And the 12th accommodation is located in the heart of Vitacura, which is also one of the most modern and luxurious areas of Santiago, okay? So, there are 3 main avenues here in the heart of Vitacura. And the 12th accommodation is on Nueva Costanera, which is one of Santiago's top culinary hotspots, with lots of famous bars and restaurants. Here, look, Alonso de Cordova on the main part of the avenue, which is a really charming avenue, okay? With lots of houses that have been turned into luxury stores, designer boutiques, bars, restaurants, ice cream shops, and cafes. And here is Vitacura Avenue, which is a more commercial avenue. So Hospedajum Dos is located right near Alonso de Cordova and Nueva Costanera, which is the heart of Vitacura. And another unique feature of Hospedajum Dos is that it's right next to a mall called Casa Costanera Mall. So it's inside this mall, which is relatively small, but it's a luxury mall, very charming, cozy, elegant, with several shopping and dining options. So let's take a look at Hospedajum Dos. It's the NH Collection Santiago Casa Costanera. It has a rating of 8.4 on Booking, and it's a 4-star hotel. So it's a modern hotel, okay? Here in Vitacura, look, it has rooms with a view. Here, you can see the Costanera Center in the background. So, a modern hotel, right? And it stands out because it's connected to the Casa Costanera Mall, okay? So, a modern, cozy hotel, and look, it's right next to the mall, okay? Which is really cool. So, it's a hotel right in the heart of Vitacura, which is the most luxurious area, if not the most luxurious, in Santiago. You can check prices, see photos, and read guest reviews of the hotels using the QR code on the screen, as well as in the video description and the first comment. And that was our video on where to stay in Santiago, with our list of the 12 best hotels in Santiago, in our opinion. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care and see you in the next video.